The $85 billion backlog. Oracle's remaining performance obligations just hit $85 billion. While hyperscale competitors spent the last decade building massive cooling-intensive campuses in the desert, Oracle spent it figuring out how to shrink a cloud region into a basement in Riyadh or a government office in Tokyo. This is not a technical breakthrough. It is a calculated bet that the global internet is fracturing into national silos, and Larry Ellison is the only one selling the walls. The regulatory moat. The term sovereign AI sounds like marketing fluff until you look at the 2026 European Data Privacy Accord. New regulations effectively banned the transit of model weights across borders for any government-adjacent workload. AWS and Azure are designed for scale, which means centralized hubs that ignore borders. Oracle's OCI dedicated region allows a nation to host the entire stack behind their own firewall. It is a high-margin solution for a problem the big three are structurally ill-equipped to solve without re-architecting their entire physical footprint. The sovereign margin reality. Investors usually hate small-scale deployments because they lack the efficiency of a massive hub, but Oracle's CapEx tells a different story. By standardizing these mini-regions, they are hitting 30% margins on sovereign contracts where they face zero competition. While Microsoft fights for pennies in the public cloud, Oracle is locking in 10-year fixed-price deals with sovereign wealth funds. The power distribution play. The real bottleneck in 2026 is no longer just the H100 chips, but the power required to run them. Hyperscalers are buying up nuclear plants to keep their clusters alive. Oracle's move to distributed architecture sidesteps this by tapping into existing local grids that cannot handle a massive campus, but can easily power a 60-rack sovereign pod. It is the tactical application of hardware where it is needed, rather than trying to build a digital god in the middle of nowhere. This geographic flexibility is why Oracle is now the preferred partner for NVIDIA National AI Labs. But this strategy carries a hidden risk in the geopolitical supply chain: the nationalization of intelligence. The pivot to sovereign cloud proves that the era of the borderless internet is dead, and Oracle is simply the first to monetize the corpse. By focusing on the regulatory moat and power-efficient distributed footprints, they have transformed from a legacy database company into a national infrastructure provider. For the operator, this means the competitive landscape is no longer about who has the best model, but who has the legal right to run it in-country. For the investor, the signal is not the total cloud revenue, but the growth in OCI-dedicated regions. If the 2020s were about the democratization of data, 2026 is about the nationalization of intelligence. Watch the upcoming Q3 filings for a spike in deferred revenue from the Middle East and Southeast Asia. That is the only metric that confirms if this localized model can actually scale without the overhead crushing the P&L. Subscribe for more.